It's been an entire year of absolutely fantastic fights, and we're here to select our favorite moments of the year. You know, like our little award show we call it the Beefy Boys Prime Cuts. It's actually the second annual Beefy Boys Prime Cuts. Pretty proud of
I
that.
say we get Jim slash Coach of the Year kind of out of the way. I say we do that one next. I obviously there's a lot of ways you can view this one. I chose to view it kind of the most simple nuts and bolts, 1+1 = 2 kind of way. Whose fighters had the most success? Like I said, that you can
I went the exact
obviously.
same way with it.
Okay, there's a lot of different lenses you can view that through, and who does the most with the least. And I know, like NFL Coach of the Year is always like, which coach kind of makes chicken salad out of chicken shit. Or I think
Yeah,
NBA Coach of
exceeded
the Year.
expectations.
Yeah, I didn't quite go this way. Like I kind of went the route of like giving it to Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying? Because
Me too.
like so you can say I'm being obvious, or there's more nuanced ways you can look at this category, and you're not wrong. I kind of took the approach of giving Coach of the Year to Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. Kind of took a Captain Obvious approach with it, and I think with that being said, I wonder it'll be funny if we end up agreeing on this. You got to go Team Elevation and Trevor Whitman, right? Or you
Right,
see it
yeah. No,
differently? Okay.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you also had Javier Mendez, aka you had Saif Saud from Fortis. You had Henry Hoof, the American Top Team. And then I can't remember who Sanford's head coach is.
Sanford was actually kind of my runner-up. They got Robbie Lawler, his big win over Diaz. Obviously at the tail end of his career, but kind of still looking pretty good and not washed, which I think is credit to having a good gym and system in place. Derek Brunson, probably best year of his career. I mean,
Right.
that's. I mean, he also trains part time in his own gym in Wilmington, but he goes down to Sanford. And then Luque and Burns as well. So that kind of size, the welter and middleweight. Kind of, if we were getting narrowing it down to like the middle and welterweight Coach of the Year, probably have to lean Sanford. But Elevation, you got Gagey fighting for the belt next. You got Sandhagen, got a crack at the belt. You got Usman, current pound for pound champ, and you got Thug Rose, current strawweight champ, defended it all in 2021. I think this one was kind of Captain Obvious shooting fish in a barrel. Like I said, unless you want to get super nuanced. Let me ask you a question. Who, besides Islam, who's coming out of AKA these days? Like that was my struggle. Like I kind of want. I mean,
Really, they're a
that
one-man
alone.
show at this point.
Yeah, right.
You know, I
That
mean,
just
that's
kind
how
of
I
took
feel about
away
it.
because obviously I respect AKA as a gym. I used to live right up the street from it in San Jose, California. So I love those AKA guys. Who doesn't? We just talked about DC. Who Khabib came out of there. So hard to argue with what they're doing, but yeah, I mean, it's also hard to argue like one guy versus like Thug Rose, Usman, Gage. So yeah, I think we're seeing this the exact same way.
I thought about putting MMA Factory up here for the French fighters as well that have been so successful this year, like Gane, but I just didn't feel like there were enough people really succeed. Like kind of
Yeah,
like a two horses pulling the wagon.
yeah, for
But
sure.
that's
Which is
kind of
how
true of
most
AKA.
gyms are. That's what I think separates Whitman and Elevation. Now,
Right,
granted,
is the amount of like, dude, the span of weight classes they cover too is impressive.
just to play devil's advocate here, like, is Whitman getting a little bit of like a Steve Kerr situation, like winning with KD and Steph, and having because I mean,
Well,
Usman
Usman for
came to
sure,
him
because Usman left
after the fact.
ATT. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that
And this
entirely.
roster does look like I don't think we're speaking of it in the same way. I mean, it may actually still win without Usman, quite frankly, but Usman puts it like over the top and makes it like kind of not even a debate, right? So
Right.
just like I said, wanted to just throw the kind of counterpoint out there. Just he's kind of working with a little bit of Nick Saban, Steve Kerr action, but you could argue that's part of being a coach, right? And like greatness wants to work with greatness, and I mean it's hard to like hold that against the guy.
Yeah, I would say one of the other guys that's AKA I remember just Tattoo Avasa has been training there recently.
Oh, and he had
So
a huge year, but I still don't think he's had like I mean, obviously there's
no,
not a
it's
lot.
no
There's
no
no
one's I think
gold. There's no gold in that
right.
room at the moment, and I think that kind of makes it a little pretty cut and dry. Either you is or you ain't, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
and there's a whole lot of is up at elevation. So I feel it, yeah, man. So we're agreeing there.